This is Alan Ball.
Hi, this is Audrey Fisher.
This is Jim Perry.
Hi, this is Kristen Bauer.
Hi, this is Alexander Skarsgård.
This is Nelson Ellis.
Hi, this is Johnny Neal.
This is Rayo Tucker. Hi, this is Lindsay Pulsifer.
Hi, this is Ryan Quentin from True Blood.
Hello, this is Theo Alexander.
Hey, this is Lauren Bowles.
Hi, this is David Tishman.
This is Jay Everett.
Hello, this is Janina Gavankar.
This is James Frayne.
Hi, this is Courtney Ford, and you're listening to True Blood Radio.
This is Liz.
This is Mel.
Welcome to True-Blood.net podcast number 150 for the week of September 11th, 2011. We'll be discussing this week's season finale, and When I Die. And we'll get to that in a moment, but we want to get through a couple of news items, a little bit of housekeeping, which would include a question and answer that Charlene Harris provided, our latest giveaway, and the award nominations that were announced also last week. So, Mel, kick us off.
V-Moda is not finished giving away their great True Blood-inspired headphones. This time, they've teamed up with True-Blood.net to give away the limited edition Maker in-ear headphones. It features accents like a blood red jewel and zinc metal coffin pendant, and it's sired, they like to say, sired by one of their award-winning headphones that has the Bliss technology, which is what makes the audio sound so great. You don't want to miss this awesome opportunity. There's only 400 of these headphones being made, so this is your chance to win one. It's worth $195. Head over to True-Blood.net to enter under the contest tab.
And those are beautiful, actually.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah. I even like them better than the ones we got. Any chance we could trade?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. but they are very beautiful. The Washington Post hosted a fan question and answer with Charlene Harris last week, and Charlene addressed the subject of the books versus the show, and as well as her latest projects, which she's got about 3 or 4 of them in the fire there, and also her thoughts on Eric and Bill. She also lays to rest the myths surrounding her involvement with True Blood and her own personal feelings about Alan Ball and his work on True Blood. So head on over to True-Blood.net. We've got some of the questions and answers there, but then of course the link to Washington Post so you can read the entire thing for yourself. It's really very, very good.
Yeah, she answers a lot of questions, a lot of things that actually Liz and I have been saying all season when people were asking different things or making different statements, and we're like, yeah, I don't think so. You might want to check with Charlene about that. And sure enough, she's such a sweetheart, and she just has that lovely southern drawl, but the woman is feisty. She is not afraid to tell it like she sees it.
That's right. That's right. We know that, too. I mean, you just listen to the interviews that we've done with her. We've done about 3 now, I think. They're all 3 of them posted at True-Blood.net, and you can watch, listen, read. She does, she's not going to back down. She's learned a lot, and I think especially since the show started, she's learned even more. And I think she handled this Q&A really, really well. I know that a lot of the fans that read it were pretty impressed.
Well, speaking of impressive, the Scream Award nominations were announced last week, and True Blood once again makes their presence known. The show picked up 7 nominations, plus an extra one for Anna Paquin. It's nominated for the Ultimate Scream for Best TV Show, Best Horror Actress for Anna, Best Horror Actor for Stephen Moyer and Alexander Skarsgård. Best Breakout Performance, Male, Joe Manganiello, and Best Ensemble. Plus, Anna got a nomination for Best Cameo for her cameo in Scream 4. So you can actually, this is one that the fans can vote on, so you can go check out that news item at True-Blood.net, or I believe the direct URL is something like spiketv.com/Scream. It's sponsored by Spike TV, so if you find them, you can find the Scream Awards. And vote, vote, vote!
Yeah. And we also have plenty more interviews with Alexander Skarsgård and Anna Paquin, as well as a bunch of new photos that we posted during the week. And various charitable events have been going on. They've been hosted by various members of the cast. So go on and look us up and check it out and see what you can get involved in.
New on the site is Billy Doo's recap of the season finale and When I Die. Plus, she has a special recap coming up later this week, so be sure to check back at True-Blood.net for that.
And this week's Friday 5 is the Season 4 finale predictions. We picked the top 5 of our favorites. Go on over there now that you've seen the finale and see if any of them came true.
And last week's fashion Q&A was all about the florals worn by Suki, Luna, and Jessica. And this week, Audrey Fisher answers your burning questions about all of those leather jackets. We had so many leather jacket questions, we had to do it.
Also, get on into check out the new merchandise at the HBO shop. Don't forget to look at the newest stuff that they've put up there, which includes the Bill Compton coffee mug with the his crest, which is really cool. Marcus's motorbikes T-shirts and the I Heart Eric T-shirts that are also available there. They're really cool, really pretty looking. So head on over there. Get ready. Christmas is just around the corner.
That's right. And finally on the site, we are asking you what you thought of Season 4. We have the True Blood Season 4 fan survey posted at True-Blood.net. We want to know what you thought about this season, what was important to you, what you thought hit, what you thought missed, and maybe a little bit about what you think is coming up in Season 5. So check that out. We'll have that open for a couple of weeks, and then we'll post the results. Well, summer is over. School's in session. Maybe the kids are in school. Maybe you're in school. You're ready to have some time with a good book. Audible's offering True Blood Radio viewers a free audiobook download with a free 14-day trial to give you a chance to check out their service. Perfect for a hiatus, too, if you're looking for something to do. To download your freebie, go to audibletrial.com/trueblood. You can find all 11 Sookie Stackhouse books available in audiobook format, plus hundreds of other titles. Again, that's audibletrial.com/trueblood for your free audiobook.
All right. Well, I think that's it for the news section of our broadcast here, and I think we're going to go into our episode discussion because we can't wait. We just can't wait. The episode was called "And When I Die," and there was a lot of deaths.
I feel like we should have like a little counter down here in the corner of the death toll.
Yeah.
I mean, originally, I mentioned this on Twitter. Originally, I was going to wear a pink shirt, and I felt like after the bloodbath that was the season finale, I should wear red in honor of that. Because, holy crap. Holy crap.
I tell ya. All right, Jesus wasn't really that much of a surprise.
No, we saw that coming. I think we've been predicting that for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I'm very sad because I like the actor. I think Kevin Alejandro is wonderful. He's a wonderful actor. I liked his work on True Blood. I liked his character, though. I liked Jesus. And, poor Lafayette is devastated because it, happened by his own hand. So I don't know. I kind of didn't expect it the way it happened.
No. Oh my gosh, no. Wow.
Yeah. And I was actually afraid when, anytime the scenes were of him, strapped to the chair and crazy Marnie, I was actually covering my eyes because I didn't know what she was going to do.
She was a lot scarier in Lafayette than she was in her own body, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because it was like she had completely come unhinged. Yeah.
Yeah, she was totally bonkers there. Okay, first of all, we might as well just put a disclaimer here. This podcast is probably going to be, or this discussion is probably going to be all over the board.
It really is. We tried to be organized, but no.
There's just no way we can.
No.
We can't even start from the beginning. But okay, so we're talking about Marnie, and it just automatically I think of the scene in the cemetery with Antonia. I'm surprised Antonia came back.
I was, but I thought it was a nice sort of a way to resolve the whole thing. Because it was, they needed to get Marnie out. They'd already established that she was bullied, and that was where a lot of her anger came from, her resentment, her bitterness. and her quest for power came from that. And so she needed Antonia to balance her, to say, that's not what we're about. That wasn't what I was here for. You know, she was there to target the vampires because of what had happened to her and her, I don't know, colleagues, friends, 400 years ago. But she wasn't there to just, start a war. And she wasn't there because she wanted power. She wasn't greedy for power. She wanted some revenge. She wanted some retribution for what they had done. Right. So I thought it was really, it was fitting that they brought her back and had her be the one to kind of talk Marnie down from what she'd become. Yeah, I couldn't see any other way of them being able to get rid of Marnie at that point. I mean, especially, with Lafayette being the channel for her, which that didn't surprise me. I knew that was coming. Yeah. Not because I read a spoiler. It was just, 1 + 1 = 2. It was just obvious to me. I knew that was going to happen, but I couldn't see how they were going to. She was pretty powerful, and then when she took on the demon from Jesus, she was unstoppable. Yeah, that was trouble. I mean, how did she, in this course of 2 minutes, she gets the demon, kills Jesus, and then she has Bill and Eric tied to a stake? What? Right. What? That's right. And how powerful is that? I know. Okay. That was a stunning moment to realize that she had already overpowered 2 vampires. Yeah. And tied them up. And one of them being 1,000 years old. Yeah. They didn't seem all that concerned. Jibing at each other. I liked you better when you were brain damaged. Oh, Bill. Never change. The 2 of them. That relationship will always be the same, I think. I love that they ended the episode with the 2 of them working together again. I do. I love it when they work together. I love when, I always think back to how Skarsgård describes the relationship as Bill being more like, Eric thinks of Bill as more like, that kid brother that's always hanging around, that you just can't shake. And I always think of that when I see them together, and I think it's just so much fun, because they can pull it off so well. Yeah. The 2 of them can. But they have that banter down pat. And you can tell from the way they are on screen, you can tell that they get along just great off screen too. Yeah. And I'm sure that, there can be no more complaints about, old snarky Eric being back with his Old Spice. I love it. Yeah. I love it. I do. It's great to have him back. But yeah, so, Antonia, I thought that was a sweet moment. I loved Holly showing some power. Holly did that with the salt. Yeah. And not just power, but intelligence. Yes. Yeah. And Bill was kind of in cahoots with her, which was awesome. Yeah, he saw what she was doing, and that was pretty. But to know that it stopped Marnie. I don't know what to call her anymore. It was Marnie at that point. That was enough to stop her. Wow. Even in demon form. Whew. That was pretty powerful stuff. When her and then Tara and Sookie join hands, Tara and Sookie, they're not Wiccan. They're not witches at all. So that I'm thinking that all really came from Holly. Well, except Sookie has her own power. Yeah, but she didn't use it. Well, I think just by being part of the circle, she's using it. She's contributing it. Maybe it was just in the chant. It could be just that it was just that simple. Yeah. But anyway, kudos to Holly. I loved it. That she was brought into play very well there. I hope she's back next season. I think she will be. Doesn't it look like it? Well, she lived, and it looks like she's with Andy. So hopefully they're gonna, they'll continue that storyline a little bit, with a little something extra for Andy. I like Andy's storyline this season. I really did. I thought it was very quiet. You know, it was in the background. It wasn't one of the big showy ones. But Chris Bauer did an excellent job with it, just bringing us from this desperate man through an addiction, through, you know, rock bottom, through weird woods fairy sex, and, you know, on to recovery and maybe getting the girl.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I think that this needed to happen. Again, I'm looking to season 5 where Andy is concerned, and I think that what he went through in season 4 is going to be key for next season for him. And again, like you said, that story in the background, you know, it's True Blood. It's the many-layered show. I mean, there's always something else going on, you know. Yeah. I wouldn't be True Blood. It wouldn't hold my attention and my interest if there weren't. So yeah, I love that they ended up, you know, together like that. It was really sweet. I think Holly was kind of funny too in the back of the car, by the way.
Yeah, I'm glad her 2 boys, you know, I'm glad that's working out.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to go back and watch it again and take notes.
Yeah. And it was nice to see her and Tara and Suki working together. And then we also had that really wonderful scene there towards the beginning between Suki and Tara, reminding us that they are best friends. They have been best friends their whole lives. And, you know, maybe, you know, the last year has been a little rough, but they're still friends. You know, there still is that bond. There's still that connection.
BFFs.
Fortunately, it may be severed now. I mean, obviously that was just reminding us so that Alan could rip it away.
Oh, Alan, you know. Well, you know,
I don't think she's dead.
I don't think she is. I really don't. I think that.
Or maybe I should amend that to I don't think that she's gone.
She's only mostly dead.
Well, yeah.
But I
may have a chance of being alive or being undead.
Yeah, I think she'll be back.
My first thought was, oh, there's only one way back from this, and that is, you know, being turned into a vampire. Because, I mean, that's a pretty serious head wound there, and she lost a lot of blood. Although, if you look at that scene carefully, it's glass. It wasn't, you know, she wasn't shot in the head. It's glass cut her head. And, you know, head wounds, they bleed.
Yeah.
More, you know, they look worse than they really are a lot of the time. But she's unconscious, and she's lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
So my first thought was they're going to turn her, and won't that be, she's going to hate that, because she hates vampires.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be, what, like, it'd be ironic. I was going to say poetic justice, but not really. Except the Reverend Newland is back with his own set of things.
Oh my God.
Would they do that to 2 characters?
No. I'm sorry, but I so did not see that coming. I mean, the fact of him coming back, you know, that probably shouldn't have been a surprise. That really wasn't that much of a surprise. We knew that story was not finished, but as a vampire, oh my gosh.
Okay, so remember earlier in the season when the protesters were outside Fantasia and, you know, that, the Festival of Tolerance and all of that stuff was going down. And there were people up there holding signs saying, you know, Reverend Newland is missing. Have you seen him? You have to go back and look to find him, but they're there. And so there were a lot of people speculating that they were going to be bringing him back in. But apparently he had literally gone underground.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. The man is a vampire now. What?
Yeah.
The Inside True Blood blog has a tiny little interview with Michael McMillian and about coming back. And Mike says, okay, just before I get to that, it seemed a little suspicious the way he was looking Jason up and down when he got to the door butt naked, because only Jason would answer the door butt naked. I was like, whoa, what's happening here? And Mike seems to confirm my suspicions there. He says, it seems really clear to me that Steve was always just as attracted to Jason as his wife was. In his eyes, Jason Stackhouse is the guy that Steve really wanted to be. I think he had a really heavy man crush on him. That might have gone a bit deeper. And I think Steve is more heartbroken that Jason slept with Sarah than he is that Sarah slept with Jason, if you know what I mean. I have my own theories and ideas of what Steve's been up to off screen, and I'm sure the fans do too, and I'm sure the writers will fill that in. But I think the fact that he's coming back for Jason is linked to the emotional undercurrent he was feeling in season 2. I have no idea where the show is headed, but it's great to be back, even just for a few hours on set.
Wow.
Yeah. He's back, and he's here for Jason.
Scary. Oh, Jason. Okay, so now a lot of people are wondering why the hotshot thing hasn't been brought up. That some people were kind of miffed that they just kind of left it alone. But really, seriously, it's not done. It's not finished.
No, it's only been a week. I mean, there hasn't been time to take pregnancy tests and come for child support yet. So,
yeah.
I mean, give him some time.
Right. So I'm thinking that we're going to see hotshot. I still think we're going to see hotshot stuff going on next season. As far as Jason turning, I guess they're not going to do that.
Well, again, it's only been a week.
Yeah. Well, true.
Maybe it takes a while to set in. Depends on your mythology, but I mean, Alcide and Debbie told us that you can't make a wear, you have to be born one. But I don't know. Speaking of Debbie, so long, sister. She is not coming back. Now that's I mean, I know it happened off screen, but that kind of blood splatter, yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. She's gone. And that scene, they really took that scene directly from the book.
Yeah.
Except that it wasn't Eric that took the bullet for Sookie.
Yeah, it was Sookie Tara supposedly taking it for Sookie, which I thought was an interesting twist.
I did too, but I kind of wonder, Sookie has already had enough of Eric's blood. She would have had to, would she have gone and gotten the bullet out the same way she did before?
I don't know. And, she was already done with them. There wasn't a reason for Eric to be there, especially since he and Bill were busy killing Nan and the gay stormtroopers back at Bill's mansion.
Right, the gay stormtroopers. I love that. Brilliant. There's a lot of brilliant lines.
There were some good lines. Yeah. Yeah, so I think, and also, I mean, it just happened so fast.
Yeah.
That I think this was a way, it was a way to give us that freaking cliffhanger. Thanks a lot. 9 months. 9 months.
Yeah. It's going to be a long 9 months.
It always is. But we always make it through.
So we saw Gran,
Yeah.
which was a pleasant surprise, and Gran taken after her kin. Loved it. Loved it.
And thanks to that, raising the spirits from the Bon Tom Cemetery. Oh, hi, Renee.
Renee. Okay.
Dude. Okay. So
I have been arguing with people, and the people in the forum they're all going to be pointing their fingers and laughing their butts off at me because I've been arguing with them and saying, no, Renee's not coming back. Renee is late. The Renee story is done. Yeah.
I was pretty sure we were going to see him in some capacity because they've been dropping hints. I mean, they've been seeding it all season for us to see him again.
I just thought it was a red herring, and I wasn't going to fall for it.
So it was a red herring that it was a red herring.
Yeah.
See what they're doing to us now?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
It's going to be, I'm telling you guys, we need a chart. We need a chart.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. But that really surprised me. But now really, okay, so I missed some of what was going on because there was a lot going on in chat. and I was kind of back and forth. What was it that he was warning? He was warning her.
Warning her about Terry. He was saying that, he's buried the demons so far, but they will come back. Run. You need to run.
So that would explain the appearance of this new character who came into Merlotte's. This army buddy of Terry's might bring all that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing, is that it will somehow trigger his PTSD. And I guess we've had it wrong this whole time. We thought that Patrick saved Terry's life. I can't remember now what we said. If Patrick saved Terry's life or Terry saved Patrick's life. But Patrick said Terry saved his life twice. And I kind of got the impression that Terry wasn't exactly happy to be seeing his old army buddy. He probably is well aware that this is going to stir up some bad memories.
Yeah, it could be. It's funny because he said he thought he was dead.
Wait, who said what now?
Terry told him that he thought he was dead. He said, "Man, I thought you were dead."
Oh, I missed that. Interesting. It was daylight when he came in, though, so he's not a vampire.
No, but I wonder.
I think he might be a werewolf.
Yeah.
That black wolf that came after Sam?
Yeah.
Who is that? It's not Marcus. Marcus is dead.
Who is that? And it wasn't Debbie. Debbie's white. What is a white wolf?
Yeah, white blonde, yeah.
I
I think it's Patrick. I think Patrick is a werewolf. What if he was related to Marcus and he's there to avenge him?
Ooh, okay, that would be good.
Or could it be Emma? Could it possibly be Emma?
No.
She hasn't changed yet. Isn't it like puberty when they are able to change?
Yeah, I don't think she's there yet.
No, she's like 7, so.
But she went off with Luna.
Right.
They were in the car, and then Sam turns around.
And there's the wolf. Okay, all right.
So I don't think it's her.
No.
But you could be right. It could be Patrick.
Or it could be a character that we don't know yet.
Or Marcus could have lived. They could be wrong. I mean, as we know from Chuck, unless he's seen brain matter, don't count him out. Is it wrong that that's the first thing I thought when Sookie shot Debbie? I see brain matter! Dead!
Oh my goodness, no.
Things you can learn from television.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, how to raise your kids and everything.
Chuck returns October 21st.
Whee!
On NBC. Probably no brain matter, but
Probably not. No, it won't be as gory.
not by a long shot.
Yeah. So, I know we're missing a whole bunch here. I'm so scattered all over the
Russell?
place. Oh, duh.
But back up.
Nan?
Alcide making his pitch.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta admit, that's an awfully tempting pitch.
You know?
He's got a point.
She is lucky.
Mm-hmm. Well,
okay.
I don't think she feels that way.
You know, but okay, so she allows Bill and Eric to feed off of her to heal.
Mm-hmm. So
and
she
then
gets her little threesome.
So she gets her threesome. Now, I love the dialogue there in that entire scene, okay? Because Sookie told both of them, and she told them exactly what they were, what they had done, and her part in the whole thing as well, okay? And I really like this because there's been a lot of conversation in fandom about, and a lot of, kind of friendly fire back and forth about, Eric's characteristics and Bill's, and how, why Eric or Sookie should be with one or the other. And she laid it out right there and then. This is what I know about you, and this is what I know about you. And she called it all. She laid it all out on the table and then said, I'm out of here. Right? Is that what she...
Yeah, she did, and she was really torn up about it, too.
She was. Well, yeah, she does. She loves them both. You know, she does. I like that she told Eric. I love that, you know, that she recognized that he's dangerous. You know,
But she
and
also admitted that she was drawn to that.
she was drawn to that and that little goofiness that he was when he lost his memory. She called Bill on his, you know, lying.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah,
his,
well, she said,
his
you know,
using her.
We loved each other and we hurt each other.
Right. Which goes on in any relationship. So yeah, I mean, there's no question that Sookie loves both. Not one more than the other. She really loves them both. So
At least right now, not one more than the other.
yeah, right. So maybe that will open the door now for Alcide. I don't know. I think Sookie is too raw right now. I think that would be a bad decision for her.
Yeah. I think this opens the door for Quinn.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, you could be right. You could be. Man.
You know, she has some baggage with Alcide. She just killed his ex-girlfriend.
True.
So
True.
there's that complication.
Yeah, that kind of messes things up just a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's not forget that salient point.
Yeah.
Sookie just killed Alcide's ex.
Right. So, right. It could open up for Quinn. Haven't heard anything as to if they're going to cast him or not. That is going to be, I think, the big, most looked for casting call for next season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And, of course, we still have our poll up. Who you think should be cast as Quinn? Although Jason Momoa, he's the man to beat.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know. But, I don't know. You know, I think that there was so much about this episode that was wonderful. I think they really ended it well and they laid perfect groundwork for next season. The fact that Russell is out of that cement grave is absolutely terrifying. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
That's terrifying.
And on top of that, I think Pam's the one that got him out.
You think?
I think she might be, because she is pissed and hurt.
Yes, but why would she release him knowing that he would go after Eric?
Because she is pissed and hurt.
Well, true. Okay, that was a tender moment. How
Ginger.
Ginger should get a medal. She should get a medal.
She really should.
She really does. She needs a medal. She needs a, I don't know, tolerance. You want to talk tolerance. Talk with Ginger.
You just have to remember, though, that she's had her mind erased a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, we know that, but do they?
She doesn't. Probably.
Poor thing. Puts her arms around Pam, even though Pam, don't touch me.
I know. Oh my gosh, that was so sweet.
It was so sweet. It really was. I felt so bad for Pam. She really is lost. She really is exactly what she said. You know, this Sookie, I've seen him go through this and this and not, think twice about it, and this one fairy trips him up. And she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. And in her eyes, Sookie took him away from her, and that hurts.
That fairy vagina with an unbelievably stupid name.
That was a classic line. I'm sorry. That beats out the gash in the sundress.
Oh, for sure.
Sorry. Yeah.
That was a terrific line. Yeah, and yeah, I really liked seeing her go into that rage, because the character, I think, needed to. We needed to see that from her. And, I can hardly wait to see what she does in season 5.
Oh, I can't either.
I can't even comprehend what she might do. I can't predict. Because she's pissed. She is in a really, really bad mood. But, it does kind of set up the possibility for a flashback to seeing when she was made.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Why am I not surprised?
I don't know. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, she's. I think next season. I think we've heard rumblings too that she is going to be she's going to figure very prominently in next season. So I'm very happy about that. But yeah, what a change we've seen out of Pam, huh? We saw a lot from Pam this season. She went, I mean, we start out with, she's, you know, same old Pam with the smart mouth, smart potty mouth, and then, you know, she gets angry, then she gets cursed, and she's hurting, and, you know, physically, and all the stuff she went through with Eric, and now she's still going through stuff with Eric, only different. I loved it. I really loved it. I think that we saw a lot of different sides of Pam this season, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it.
And I think they really laid it out well too, because we've seen it from the beginning when, you know, she was right there by his side, you know, at Fantasia, you know, doing her job, and then he disappears and she's worried, and then she finds out he's with Sookie and she begs Sookie to take care of him, and, you know, then she gets in trouble with Bill because she knew where he was and she didn't say anything because her loyalty's to him, not Bill. And then, you know, his mind comes back and she finds him and she's just so glad to know that her maker is back, his memories are back, and then she realizes he didn't call for her right away. And the look on her face, that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
You know, and so I really like that we've just seen this building and building all season. When you look back, you see clearly how she got to this point. That's one of the great things about looking back over an entire season. You can see some of the things that fans were like, what? You know, when we're watching one episode, we're like, this doesn't make any sense. What's going on? Why are they making us see this? But then at the end of 12 episodes, you're like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah. Take a little look back and it all comes together. Most of it does. Some things. Yeah. So, Nan and the stormtroopers, the gay stormtroopers, hilarious. Okay, see, here again, they brought up the Authority. I don't know why I'm fixating on this. Well, they want us to.
Mm-hmm.
This Authority is something completely, entirely an entity on its own. It's something that Russell Edgington just flies in the face of, has no respect for. I'm wondering if this is the same Authority. I just think it's a vampire hierarchy that we don't know about yet, that goes even above the kings and queens and even the Magister.
Yeah, because the Magister mentioned the Authority, that he answers to the Authority.
Right.
So, but now Nan broke from them and the AVL, from the Authority and the AVL. And I thought she was just completely devoted to them. I need to take some time and look back over her character arc and figure out what happened there, because I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. Was she power hungry? Was she hoping for a seat among the Authority? Or, and then it all went wrong when the witches came in on the scene and just ruined everything? I don't know.
Well, I think it started back with Russell, actually. With him flouting the Authority and not, you know, kowtowing to her as their representative. I think maybe that's when it started, but yeah, I need to go back and I'm not seeing it. I mean, I can almost picture it. I can almost get it in my head, but there's so much other stuff in there right now that I just don't see it.
Yeah. So now, if she was sent, she was fired, but then she was sent to kill or to finish off Bill and Eric with the final death. She was, what was she? She was fired by the AVL, but she was sent by the Authority? Is that the way
She didn't really make it clear, you know? She said quit, fired, whatever.
Yeah.
But her final order was to give them the true death. So I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna have to rely on Billy Doo's recap to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch before I do my own for Nice Girls. I just wow.
This was amazing.
I have to be like no disturbances, no distractions. I just really have to watch this episode again. Make some serious notes.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
at the end. My friend just kept looking at me and she's like, "Are you going to be okay?" I'm like, "Can't breathe. What is happening?"
Yeah, it was so much. I don't know. Oh, Alan Ball. You
Where
don't
do you rank this?
disappoint.
As far as season finales go, where do you rank this?
I'm trying to remember. You know, I want to say that this is probably, I think this is the best. I'm going to say it. I think this is the best out of the 4 seasons.
I'm going to agree with that. Season 1 was a jaw dropper, but because we knew that someone was found dead in the car, if you followed the books, although it didn't turn out to be the same person, it wasn't quite as stunning. But yeah, this was stunning. Stunning is the word I'm going to use for this one.
Yeah.
I was stunned. My friend, she at the end of it, she looked at me and started laughing. She's like, "You look like a deer caught in the headlights." So I'm holding the laptop and just staring at the TV and trying to process everything that just happened.
Yeah. I know my husband came in at one point, towards the end there. Crucial scene. He comes in and he's kind of, giving me a kiss on the cheek, and I'm like, "Get out of here! Go away! Oops. I guess I have to make up later.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway. Awesome episode. Even the song at the end, I really like that version of that song. I just totally enjoy it. Speaking of songs, there was a music piece that played, that I thought was so beautiful, and I think it was when Sookie was talking with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, now this is probably something that, hopefully it'll be on, the score CD for this season. But this is a Nathan Barr original, which I always love, because I think he just really grabs the heart and soul of this show and knows how to put it in the music. And he doesn't overpower a scene with the music. It's just subtly in the background. It's just to kind of remind you, Now, I don't know. His music kind of just adds a beauty to a scene for me. So, I don't know. I just had to say it.
I agree. I'm not always, I can't hear in stereo. I'm deaf in one ear. But in this episode, I was actually noticing a lot of the background music. That scene with the 2 boys. There was also the scene where Tara came in and found Jesus and screamed, and it had that dun 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 music. It was just very Halloween, very horror movie-ish. So I noticed that. But then also when Alcide was looking at the hole in the cement and picking up the chains, there was this really ominous, it was the Russell music.
Yeah.
This ominous music, and I was like, "Woohoo, it's giving me goosebumps." Yeah.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was just perfect.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm just so terrified. It's just so terrifying.
To have him back, but Nan's gone, and Marnie's gone, but Steve Newland and Russell are back? Holy crap. And was Steve Newland a vampire now? And both of them power hungry and a little bit insane.
Yeah. And
Steve is obviously fixated on Jason, and I'm going to guess Russell is now going to be fixated on Sookie.
Yeah.
Oh, the Stackhouse siblings. They need to move. They need to move far, far away. Maybe Canada.
They really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Russell is not going to be a happy camper. Or he may just laugh at their silliness. I don't know. Being Russell. He's crazy. You never know.
I have to wonder what he's going to think about Bill being king.
Yeah, is that still in place? Now that Nan's gone? I guess so, huh?
I think so, because it seems like Bill and Eric proved their allegiance to the AVL and to the Authority by killing her and the gay stormtroopers, so I think they're still
I totally love that. The gay storm. Okay, I know, and I also love that they actually called Sookie's power the microwave fingers.
I know! That was awesome. And I love that Nan was like, you think I didn't know what was going on? She's telepathic with microwave fingers. Of course she's scary.
Oh, loved it. Of course they had to write that in there. Of course they did.
There were a lot of inside jokes on this one.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. Some of them came, well, my sister was in the chat room tonight, so some of them were. Yes. There are Star Wars references even in True Blood.
Of course. Star Wars is everywhere.
It is. What can you say? Oh my gosh. So, I don't know, did we forget anything?
Well, we have the Hoyt, Jason, Jessica
Oh, yeah.
triangle.
Ooh.
Hoyt, whoa. Man, he got in some low blows, physical and emotional.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. All right, and kudos to Jason though for taking it. I mean, he could have fought back, but he knew he had it coming. He knew he had a butt whooping coming from Hoyt. So not much he could do. So here, Jessica. You mentioned in the chat room, are we seeing Jessica grow up right before our very eyes? Yeah, I think we did.
Or at least she's trying.
I think yeah.
She's trying to learn from what went wrong with Hoyt.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to learn. And, you got to give her props for that.
Right. I think she's really trying to figure out how to, interact being a vampire with humans. Especially where, men are concerned. I really hope, just on a sideline, I really hope next year they have her, she needs a girlfriend. She still needs a girlfriend. She still needs a BFF. And I don't think Pam, as we've seen, I think Pam I don't think it's got to be Sookie.
I think it does. Although I don't know how much energy Sookie's going to have for that with Tara. Whatever happens with Tara.
Yeah. That was heart-wrenching. I'm sorry. That was heart-wrenching.
It was. That was tough. That was a tough scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brava, Anna Paquin. She's wonderful. She's just wonderful.
She brought it in this episode.
She really did.
She had to do a lot, and she did it.
Yeah. I think, man, I'd love to talk with her and find out what dark place she goes to bring out that heartbreak. I mean, it's probably none of our business anyway, but wow, she brought it tonight. It's unbelievable. So I'm not gonna listen to anybody dissing the Sook in this episode. I'm just not.
No. I feel like she stood up for herself. I choose me. It's a 90210 reference. But she's, that takes strength to say, I don't need to be with a man. I need to be by myself. And I've felt for a while now like she needed to do that. So it was good to see her finally make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
But, it was a hard path getting there.
Right. Well, experimental. I mean, Sookie's relationship with Bill and Eric have been comfortable for her.
Mm.
They've been
weirdly, yes.
Weirdly, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, here, she's, she goes out with a human and she can hear every thought that they're thinking, as we saw in the first season. And it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, disgusting, and, it's often ridiculous. So here, this, but she had to give up a lot in order to have that kind of relationship where, it can be that she can be in the cone of silence with these two guys, but there's always danger. Always. She's always in danger. Whether being with them or because of them, she's always in danger. So I guess that's what you give up to have that, I don't know. But, I love the scene with her and Sam.
Oh, yes. It was so nice to see the two of them together and not
yes,
fighting.
the two of them together. The two of them together.
I'm so glad you're on my team now.
It's only logical. It's got to be logical. No, I love Sam. I do. And I'm glad that they're back together again and good buds. Wow, there's just so much.
I was just thinking, you know what? We've got fodder for at least like 2 or 3 more podcasts just from this episode as we go back and say, remember that happened, and it goes with that.
Yeah. I'm kind of getting to a numb stage right now.
Yeah, me too. I think we need to wrap up the discussion and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's go into Ring Ring Hookah because my favorite line, it came from Sam at Tommy's graveside, and he told Maxine Fortenberry, nobody ever taught Tommy how to love someone without hurting them, which is, in a nutshell, what I've been saying about Tommy all along. Basically, I don't know. That was it. No one really, the poor kid he never had a chance, ever.
I did not write down a favorite line because there were so many really awesome one-liners, but I think that Bill telling Eric, I liked you better when you were brain damaged, it was so unexpected and so hilarious and so them. I think I'm going to have to choose that one, even though it's rather flippant given the gravity of everything that happened in this finale. I cannot get over that. The delivery and, the scene itself, and I really liked that. I really thought that was good.
Or when the two of them were standing on the pile, hello, we're a little crispy.
I know, Eric. We're a little crispy here. We're feeling a little crispy.
Hello.
The two of them, I want to see them together a lot more in season 5.
I do too.
Working together and snarking at each other and being awesome together and, get a room already, whatever, I don't care. I just want to see Eric and Bill together.
They are so much funnier in the show than they were in the books. Sorry, but they are. All right. Well, we've got one email that I think we could probably talk about because it comes from Jacqueline, who shared a speculation about Eric and Pam's relationship. So if you want to take that away.
Yeah, she says, hi, congrats on doing a wonderful job as usual this season. I'm a big fan of your podcast. I have a thought about Pam and her issues with Sookie and Eric. Since last week's new developments, i.e. Eric being super pissed and alienated from Pam over her disregard of Sookie, here's something that could really cause Pam problems. So back when Pam asked Sookie to babysit Eric and Sookie said for a price, I have a hunch that Sookie's condition was to have the deed to her house back. If you'll remember, we never heard Sookie say what she wanted. Once Eric finds out he can no longer keep his True Blood in the fridge, I bet he'll be super pissed at Pam, further deteriorating their already fractured relationship. Thoughts? Thanks again for all of y'all's hard work. Thanks for writing in, Jackie. I can see, that relationship is so disintegrated at the moment. I don't know if that is even going to be on Eric's radar at this point.
Yeah, I actually replied to Jacqueline already, and I said that their relationship really wasn't deteriorated. But after tonight's episode, I think I have to revise that and saying, yeah, it has deteriorated to, as far as Pam is concerned, she's lost him. So I think that might be. I liked her.
Mention her once. Not a single time. Well, I guess he did when he said, you're willing to sacrifice my progeny. Mm-hmm. When they were on the pier.
Yeah.
But, he didn't call for her. He didn't see how she was doing. Nothing. So, I don't know if that, if he'll get over it and try to make up with her, or if in his mind it's over. Their relationship is severed. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I don't know, but I like the idea of getting Sookie's house back that way.
Yeah. Seems fair.
I think so. She has done a lot for those guys. All right. So, anyway, thanks, Jacqueline.
We have the True Blood Season 5 spoiler guide up on the site at True-Blood.net. Most of the stuff we've already gone through, but just in case you don't want to know anything, and I don't know why You wouldn't want to know this stuff. But just in case, now's the time to turn us off, and be sure to join us next week. We will be podcasting weekly during the hiatus. But if you want to stick around here, we've got just a few tidbits about Season 5 that have been released, and we'll, of course, be updating the spoiler guide as more information comes out. We're expecting the True Blood Season 5 to premiere in June of 2012. We expect that Season 4 will be on DVD and Blu-ray in late May of 2012. Production on Season 5 begins in November of this year and should run through late June, early July of 2012. And those are just kind of standard dates. That's how it's been pretty much so far. As far as plot goes, Alan Ball, Kristen Bauer, and Alexander Skarsgård have all stated in different interviews that we'll see a flashback to when Eric turned Pam. Season 5 is based on Book 5, Dead as a Doornail, but Alan Ball said that Season 5 will combine elements from multiple books much more than in previous seasons. In other words, we could see events from Book 6 through, we don't know. So, I don't know. Is that opening the door for Niall? I don't know. A major character that was introduced in Dead as a Doornail, we've already mentioned, is Quinn. We don't know yet if he's going to appear in the show, but we, of course, have some casting suggestions. Just do a search for Quinn on the site or click the link on the Season 5 spoiler guide and you'll find that. We will not see zombies in Season 5, Alan Ball says, but the writing staff are researching lesser-known supernatural creatures to appear. And then, yeah, we have characters who are confirmed for Season 5 include Sookie, Bill, Eric, Alcide, Lafayette, Arlene, Terry, Jessica, Hoyt, Sam, Jason, Pam, Patrick, Russell Edgington. And, of course, Alan Ball has signed on to executive produce Season 5. We also have a new cast member, the female vampire that we mentioned a few weeks ago when the casting call came out, and she doesn't have a name yet. She's just a new female vampire. And that's what we have so far for Season 5.
All right. Sounds like it's going to be fun.
As usual.
I don't know how they're going to top this season.
Rock and roll, kids.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless they, Alcide is in line to be Packmaster now. So I'm sure they're going to bring a little bit of more. Maybe that'll be tied in with Quinn's story. Who knows?
That's what I was thinking. That's how they would bring him in.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting to see what other storylines from what other books. Yee-hee. It's going to be fun. All right. That's it. Yeah? All right. Well, that's our show for this week. Be sure to stop by True-Blood.net for the latest True Blood news, spoilers, whenever they come in, and lots more during the week. You can also follow us on Twitter at True-Blood.net. And thanks a lot for joining us this season.
We also want to thank Menda for editing for us, and you can subscribe to True Blood Radio on iTunes at the link now showing on the screen. Don't forget to send in your comments or questions to webmaster at True-Blood.net. Let us know what you thought of the season. And be sure to check out the fan poll, the fan survey that we're running, and other goodies that we will have for you during the hiatus. And we look forward to spending the next 9 months waiting with you. Have a good one, Droobies.
Bye-bye.